So just sink the hips, lengthen up through the spine. Just allow yourself to breathe in and breathe out. You feel the head float up, you feel the hips sink, you've got your feet parallel and shoulder width apart. Relax the shoulders and sink the shoulders. Listening behind and above. Relax around the elbows, the wrists and the hands. And then turn the waist. So just feel nice and comfortable. Feel the spine lengthen. And as you're doing this, just pay attention to your breathing. So you're breathing in and out, and you're following the breath. Make sure your knees point where the toes are pointing. You're sinking the hips. Sink the hips more. And then while you're doing that, just focus on your feet. So gently draw the toes in. So that you activate the arches of the foot. Nice and relaxed. Oh, Zoom's just changed my microphone again, so there's obviously some, oh well. And just gently breathe in and gently breathe out. Okay, now this time transfer the weight and do the inside turn. So if you like, you can take a slightly wider stance, just so it's easier to feel that weight transfer, but make sure your knees are pointing. Hang on, let me do a Barry. I'm hoping to see Barry this morning online. all through the spine. Breathe in and out. Okay, now this time, outside turn. I'll show you that from the back. So I'm transferring the weight and I'm turning to the opposite corner. And just really relax the shoulders. Looking forwards, listening behind. Keep breathing some more. Okay, back to the middle. And then this time, turn the foot in, transfer the weight, open the hip. Close the hip, transfer, open. Keep a slight bend in the knee, and also the knees still point where toes point. Transfer, sink, and it's as if you're about to sit down on a chair. 1, 2, 3, sink, 4, open. 1, close, 2, transfer, 3, sink, 4, open. 1, 2, 3, sink, 4, open. So don't forget your sinking. Something that Mike was talking a lot about on Wednesday, sinking your hips, making sure your knee is in line with the toes. And then we speed it up a bit once you've got your alignments. And so, yeah, I finally saw my cello teacher after a good 6 months off, because she's got COVID friendly classes with lots of cleaning in between students, so very, very pleased about that, and ventilation and all that. And it's about making sure your intonation is always spot on, and it's the same in Tai Chi. So your intonation is your knees being in line with your toes. That tells you that your body is in tune, and also that you're nicely aligned from the feet through to the crown of the head. So you need to spend a bit of time getting your structure just so. Okay, and then raise the arms. Come a little bit out. So especially on this one, it's very tempting for the knee to go out of line, so resist that temptation. One more time each side. That's great. Shake out. So again, you're starting from this still quiet place. Lengthen and sink and breathe. And then bounce. So feel that springy feeling in the body, a bit like you're a bit of a dusty carpet or rug and you're just shaking yourself out a bit. So you've got this nice springy feeling, and that one. So that earlier exercise we just did, very good for the turning, when we do the going from one side to the other in the 24-step form. That's it. So down and up, and it's a drop that sets off the rising. So you need to drop so you can come up. So if I show you that from the, actually I'll show it from the diagonal, and my arms are slightly in front of the body. I'm breathing, nice and relaxed. Now turn palms so that they're up. And you're feeling this opening feeling in the chest. So think open in the chest. Relax the shoulders. And change. Actually, I'll show you that from the side. So you transfer your weight and you're doing the outside turn. And this is the loosening exercise I learned off Master Chun. And so you think about sinking your hips. Hip sinking and breathing. So really soft and springy, and it's smooth, but and connected. So think about your connections in the body, making the movement smooth. There's still a bit of the bounce in it though, but it's a smooth bounce. So there are some, I managed to work the video editing. So there are now some new, so I try and put all the classes I teach during the week up on our YouTube channel. So if there's something you missed, you can go and have another look if you want. Or, one of my students who can't make the Zoom classes is watching all the YouTube videos and pay me for the privilege, which is quite good. So do check them out. But think about your connections. You're engaging the whole body and moving, and you're feeling what's happening in the feet. Okay, and then we'll change. Again, you want to let go in your lower back. So round here, think of that. Just letting go and lengthening. We're breathing. Breathe and relax. Okay, and then we'll change it to the Barry variation. So punch up with your fists, almost the camera, so quite high up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. turn in and out. Hang on, let me just remove this microphone that's not working anymore. I did charge them up, but I'll get a new one of these. They're quite good. So relax the shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Feel the movement right to your fingertips. Turn forwards and back. Breathing. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Just turn and relax. And swing the arms. Use the natural bounce in your feet. Sink the hips. And every now and then you can do a sort of swing. You can also swing back. So it's something I picked up Master Chung. Every now and then he'd sort of like that. And just use that spring to project an arm forward. Or you can also spring to project an arm behind. So just give a few of those a go. It's the same sort of feeling, yeah, as if you've got something in your hand and you throw it. Show it from the other side. So I've got a microphone cover and I just, there you go. Okay, and then wobbling. So again, knees in line with the toes, sink the hips, sink, lengthen through the spine. You want your chin resting on a ball and really let go in the shoulder joint. So they're like it's your ball and socket joint, and you're just feeling it, feeling the rotations. Okay, now go into Gongbu. Nice and tall through the body. Just sink forwards and sink back. Again, you want to sink the hips. You want to sink the shoulders. Feel that you've got lots of room in the body. Your knees point where the toes point. You're breathing. And then you sink back and turn. Sink forward and turn. Sink back and turn. Sink forward and turn. I'll show you that from the side. Sink back and turn. Sink forward and turn. Sink back and turn. Knee is in line with the toes and that stays slightly bent. Okay, have a little shake out and try that on the other side. So check your posture. Place your foot forward, heel, toe. adjust your feet as necessary, and then just sink forwards and back. So get the plane movement first. Again, it's like you're sitting down, sitting down. Let go in the lower back, lengthen through the spine, softly gaze forwards, listen behind and listen above. And then sink back, turn, sink forward and turn. So watch your knee. So it's very good exercise for strengthening the legs. And if you want to practice this at home, you can put your knee rest it against the edge of a sofa, and it stops it from coming in. Because sometimes when you first start doing this move and practicing it, your knee can go out of line. Okay, this time 2 turns per weight shift. So 2 at the front, 2 at the back, 2 at the front, 2 at the back. And again, really watch your knee alignment. Breathing. And then forwards and back. Show from the diagonal. Lengthen through the spine, sink the hips, use your legs. Just allow the arms to move. Breathing in and breathing out. Shake out. Try that on the other side. Check your posture. Then you move. So it's about just taking time and just ensuring that you're feeling comfortable, but you're also feeling correct. Keep breathing, very good. And change. Okay, and then for fun, we'll do a few more of these. And then with the back leg, what you're doing is we're going to step the back leg forwards and back. So it comes in and out, in and out. And then other side. Show that from the diagonal. One more time each direction. Great. Okay, we'll do some of the 24-step related Qigong exercises, and then we're going to have a look at the turning movement between inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off and double-handed push. So we're just looking at, so we did the turning exercise earlier. We're going to fit that in to how that works in the form. So So just feel that the hands are floating. Relax around your elbows. And then think of the elbows as coming away from each other and the elbows as coming together. Sink the hips. Relax the shoulders. One more time. And change. Imagine you're moving through water. One more time. Change. One more. Dragon plucks the stars from the sky. So you just gently reach up, hold, and pull down. Relax the arm you're not moving. Really let it go. Think about the space in your shoulder joint. One more each side. Slightly wider stance. And we'll just have a look at part of the wild horse's main health exercise. Show that from the other side. Keep breathing. One more time each side. Just check your posture again. Come into a smaller stance, and we'll just we'll do wave hands like clouds. So you're starting from the middle and you're working, the top hand goes away from the middle, the bottom hand comes towards the middle. You rotate the ball, you transfer the weight. You rotate the ball and transfer the weight. If you like, you can take a slightly wider stance again. Just to sink down, turn, transfer. Soft hands, arms are floating. One more each side. Nice. Okay, have a little shake out. So what we're going to do now, demonstration. So I'll show it the opposite way round to how I do it, but the way you'd do it if this was it's just so I'm mirroring. So you step, you inspect the horse's mouth, you roll back, you ward off, double-handed push, and you sink back and it goes 1, 2, turn. So you can see where that exercise comes in handy we did earlier. 3, push out, 4, gather under, hold the ball. 1, step, 2, inspect the horse's mouth. 1, roll back, 2, 1, 2, ward off, 1, 2, 3, double-handed push, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single whip. Excellent. Let's start with your left foot forward, and what we're going to do, we're not going to worry about the arms yet. We're going to sink back, just watch this for now. We're going to turn, we're going to transfer our weight, and then your weight's on this back leg, and this leg frees up to go into cat stance, and then we're going to step, and then we're going to turn, transfer the weight back, turn, transfer, turn, and step. And just do that for a bit. I'll start over here. This is where if I'd wish I had a longer room, but there you go. Heel toe, sink back, turn, transfer, turn and cat stance, heel toe, transfer. Softly gazing forwards, listening behind and above, tall through the crown of the head, sink the weight, sink the hips and the shoulders. 1, sink back, 2, turn, 3, transfer, 4, cat stance. You may need to turn this foot in a bit. 5, step, 6, transfer. 1, 2, so I turn that right in. 3, I transfer. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go this way a little. Right, let's do a couple more. 1, 2, turn. So your weight's on that leg. 3, transfer the weight onto this leg. 4, that frees that hip up to move. 5, step. 6, tall through the spine. Sleepy tiger eye gaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one more time each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, right, we'll let that cook for a bit. Have a quick water break if you need one, and then we'll have a look at inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Just let that do that. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this from the diagonal view. So we start with holding the ball, inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, lao gong, ki hu, lung one, ward off, double-handed push, inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push, inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. One more time. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Okay, try that the other side. So I'm just demonstrating it from the diagonal because it's easier to see both arms. And step, inspect the horse's mouth, and from the front it looks like that, but that's quite hard to see. So roll back, so you sink down and turn, and your fingers, if you look at it from a front view, my fingers are pointing to the side wall. So fingers point to the side wall, and your lao gong point is lining up with your lung one, your chi hu point. Gently, so the fingers are almost touching the wrist. Ward off. So it's a 90-degree angle. Double-handed push. Hold the ball. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. Once more. I think that's about right. Yeah. Okay, and just in case, one more again. So get yourself nice and solid, and think about the movement between each of the movements being smooth. So that should have hopefully murdered your legs. Excellent. So what we're going to do is, so at the end of the, you've just done the end of step back and repulse the monkey, and this is it from the diagonal, and then you do this, to hold the ball, and end up here in cat stance. And we're going to do inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. Then we're going to do our turn that we've practiced and do it that side, and then go and do our turn and do single whip. So hopefully you will have your left leg forward and I will have my right leg forward. So yeah, so you step, transfer the weight, inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. And now, because we've been practicing it, we can do a perfect turn. We turn. So this is resting on the ball that's floating on water. Then you push the ball out across the sea and then gather under and hold the ball. So again, this is sinking, this is raising. Step. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. double-handed push, and then we go 1, 2. So this will be with your right hand. 3, 4, 5. Single whip. I'll show you that from the front. So we're like this. There we go. So this arm feels as if it's going that way. This arm, you've got this forward feeling. So forward feeling with the front arm, and it's got a real thumb, and you sink, and it's quite a big stance, single whip. Okay, let's do that a few more times. I'll come this way a little bit because I'm running out of space that way. So nice and tall. Inspect the horse's mouth. 1, 2, roll back. 1, 2. 1, 2, ward off. 1, separate the hands. 2, sink back. 3, double-handed push. Bend in the arms. 1, sink back. It's a bit like the zombie. 2, turn. 3, push out. 4, gather under, hold the ball. 1, step. 2, inspect the horse's mouth. 1, roll back. 2, 1, ward off. 2, 1, separate. 2, sink back. 3, double-handed push. 1, sink back. 2, turn. 3, stroke down the giraffe's neck. 4 and 5, single whip. Okay, how we do it? Right, have a little look. So from single whip, wave hands like clouds. 1, I'll have to go there a bit. 1, 2, 3. We'll just do 3 because I haven't got enough room in this room. And then you do single whip again. So I may need to, what I'll do is I'll start over here and hopefully that will give us enough room. We'll find out. So let's add wave hands like clouds and single whip on the end for fun. My fun. Okay. So just, yeah, just join in. Step. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. And have this sort of air of you're not bothered. Double-handed push. Sink back. Turn. Transfer. I'll come this way a little. Step. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. And then we go into single whip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you transfer the weight, turn that foot in, bring the hand up, bring the hand down, and then just go into wave hands like clouds. So you step. So we had a look at the wave hands like clouds earlier today without the stepping. This is it with the stepping. Then we come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, I'm going to just keep doing that. Or we've got room for one more because of the audio and Zoom not letting people in issues. So we'll spill over a little bit, so you get your proper value and all that. So let's do that one more time. So once more with feeling, as my Katie Bandit leader used to say. Okay, step. and begin. Roll back. I'll just talk you through it. Ward off. Double hand push. Sink back. Turn. Push out. Gather under. Hold the ball. Come this way a little bit so I've got more room. Step. Inspect the horse's mouth. Turn the hands over. Sink down. Roll back. Hand on the wrist. Ward off. Separate the hands, sink down, double-handed push. Sink back, turn. 1, 2, 3, stroke down and bring the hand up. 4, heel toe, 5. Single whip, nice big feeling. 1, 2, 3. Then transfer. Step, turn, and rotate the arms. 2. I usually step out 3 times with my left foot, and on the 3rd step out, that's where you come out into single whip part 2. So that's the end of the first half of the form. Great. Okay, just to keep things going, we'll do a few rounds of Part the Wild Horse's main stepping exercise. So I'll show that from the diagonal. So we're just doing this. So you want to think about having lots of space. What's that saying? Oh, okay. No worries, Annette. Thanks for letting me know. And I'll go in that direction. So we're... Yeah, if you have to leave at 10, feel free. Okay. Oh, just enough room for one more. Fab. Okay, so just check your posture. We'd better stop soon. Just breathe in. Breathe out. So feel nice and relaxed. No hurry. Everything's fine. Relax the hands. And then embrace a tiger, return to the mountain. And then rub the hands together and polish the face. And rub the hands together again and give the lower back a rub. Breathe in and out. Then make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and